G'day, welcome to another episode of Larrikin Japan. So today I got an interesting thing I found on the internet last night, and then I had a bit more search around this morning and come up with a bit more about it. Now, this is a notice they put outside a hairdresser. So you'll be able to read it on, it says a thumbnail. Also, I'm going to put it up here. So sorry, this is at a hairdresser. So sorry, we only speak Japanese. Therefore, we are unable to understand your order properly. Since we can not understand what you're saying, we aren't able to cut your hair. As a professional, we want to make our customers satisfied. This is our shop rule, what we decide as a team. Thank you for understanding. So they put this up. They've probably had, I'd say they've probably had some foreigners come in, had their hair cut, and the people weren't happy with it. They've complained and probably made a big scene in the shop and upset all the staff and everybody because they can't understand what the people are saying and why they're so upset with them and everything. And, you know, Japanese, they don't like being confronted and this sort of thing, you know, so it's probably made them very uncomfortable. They might add one person or a few people doing this to them. So now they've just decided we're not cutting any foreign people's hairs because we can't understand them. We're just going to cut Japanese people. You know, this is Japan. They speak Japanese. Now, some places they do speak English, but a lot of places they don't. And these sort of jobs, English isn't a big on their priority, you know. So you've got to understand this. This isn't another country. But some of the comments, this one here, just call the police. Japan is part of the international treaties against racial discrimination and have several cases of shops being sued by foreign customers. So some places are being sued by foreign customers. Any wonder other places don't want to deal with foreigners? You know, they might be afraid of getting sued themselves. So you have to look at it from the Japanese perspective, you know. Why would you... Now, we had this a little while ago, a few months ago. There was a sign on a restaurant and it was written in Japanese. So it says, it virtually said, if you can understand what this says, come in and, you know, you can eat. Otherwise, you know, we can't sort of serve you, you know, because we don't speak English. We only speak Japanese. And that made a big hit around the place. Everyone thought that was racist, you know. But I don't really think this is racist. It's just that they don't understand what you're saying to them. They don't want to deal with it, which is fair enough. It's their business. They can do what they want. You know, if you've got a hairdresser in America, if you're an American, you've got your hair salon in America, and a Japanese person comes in, or Korean or whatever, and they start speaking in Japanese or Korean, and you've got no idea what they're talking about, what are you going to do? You know, you don't know how they want their hair cut or anything. Are you going to give them a haircut and then hope you get it right? Or are you going to say, oh, look, sorry, you know, you better find someone who can speak your language, you know? So this is what it all sort of boils down to. You know, like you're in Japan, Japanese is the language, you know? If you can't speak it and you want a haircut, maybe you've got a Japanese friend or that. Take them along with you and explain. They can explain to the salon what you want, and then you can get your hair done. But if you can't explain in Japanese what you want, it's very difficult. I think there are, especially in Tokyo and probably Osaka and Nagoya and that, there probably are hair salons who speak English and have staff there who can speak English and can deal with you. But, you know, a lot of places they don't. So it's not so much racism, it's, you know, and you've got all these people screaming out racism about this, you know. Like It's just craziness. You know, how is, because you can't understand someone and you don't want to serve them, how is that racism? You know, if you, like, I think shops and that should have the right to be able to serve who they want to serve. If they don't want to serve you, fair enough. They don't want to serve you. That's their decision. You know, it happens in different places, you know, like you might go to a restaurant in Australia and you're not up to dress code and they say, sorry, we're not serving you. You're not dressed properly. You know, you haven't got a shirt and collar and tie and that sort of thing. You know, this is a high-class restaurant. We're not serving you in shorts and t-shirt. So, you know, that's their prerogative. But here, something like it happens and everyone's screaming racism. Ah, it's racist and all this sort of nonsense. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on it? Do you think it's racist, or do you think people are just too stupid to understand what's going on? That's what I think. I think that's the main thing. People are just too stupid to get out of their own way. So I had an experience the other week. We paid off the house and the bank sent us letters we had to have fixed up. We had to take them to a solicitor, because when you get a house loan in Japan, the bank sort of has the like a thing about the house. So if you don't make house payments, they can sell the house to pay the loan off. So you sign this, and once the house is paid off, this part of the agreement is you don't need it anymore. So you have to go to a solicitor, and then they take it off the deed or whatever. I'm not real sure how it works. I had no idea. I didn't know a solicitor. My friend, he has his own company in Japan, and I got onto him and asked him, did he know a solicitor? I took a photo of the letter, what we had to do, and sent it to him so he knew what was going on. He rang up his solicitor and told him what we needed. Solicitor said, yeah, I know what to do. So he made an appointment. My friend came with me and give all the stuff to the solicitor. He said, okay, I can do this, no problem. It's going to cost you 16,000 yen, which is about $160. Take a few days, should take a week. Okay. He rang me up. That was on a Monday. He rang me up on a Friday and said, okay, you can come pick all the stuff up. It's all finished. I paid him. He gave me all the papers. He kept the ones he had to send to the bank. And that was it. It was all done. But easy. But, you know, like, I don't think I could have done it. I probably could have done it by myself, but I think it would have been really difficult. I didn't know any solicitors or any lawyers or anything like that to start with. So he, you know, my friend helped me out, and it was too easy. You know, it's the same thing if you know, like in Japan, there is different sort of language they use, you know, and like this law stuff, it's all in a different class of its own, how they word stuff and everything. It's really confusing. So that's the best idea. If you don't know what's going on, get someone to help you, you know, and you can get it done. So, you know, like if you can't speak Japanese, you want your hair cut, get a Japanese friend to go with you and explain to the hairdresser what you want. And you should be right. Don't just sort of wander in and start speaking English to them, because all you do is freak them out. They can't understand what you're saying, and, you know, they makes them nervous. And so, you know, a lot of these places, they don't need the foreign people coming in. They've got enough Japanese business to keep them going. So, you know, you have to be respectful to people. But that is a big thing. So anyway, What do you think about this letter? Do you think it is they put on outside their restaurant, outside their hairdressers? Do you think it is racist, or do you think it's just common sense and they don't want to be harassed by people? So it's all a different thing. So it is Japan anyway, so they do speak Japanese. So this is the way it goes. Anyway, let me know on your thoughts in the comment. I hope you enjoy it. Anyway, till next time, that's all for now.